Hello, everybody. There's a few folks I recognize, a few companies I recognize, and for those of you that don't know me, my name is Bob Schwartz, and as Brittany mentioned, I'm with Robert Mark Technologies. Before we kind of really dig in, I wanted to say thank you so much for taking your time out to be here today. Obviously, we're here to help you anyway, so it's of benefit for you to be here, but nonetheless, man, with all the different priorities and things on your plate, really appreciate you coming here today. Our goal in doing this, and subsequently there will be many more like this, and we're going to pick and choose certain things that are kind of hot in the AutoSys community, hot in the Atomic community, and so forth. Our goal is to really start to do this more often, which is really, again, to benefit you all, to obviously connect us with you so that you understand that we know what we're doing. We do this all the time. But we want to really get you as much information as possible so you can be successful with your AutoSys solution. So a step in that process is us putting together this webinar to show you what it looks like to do the upgrades. The interesting thing about that is our organization does many upgrades, and you'll see in the subsequent slides that we go through. But we have to be able to establish some credibility that we know what we're talking about. And so thus these couple slides are doing that. So, let me continue. Again, my name is Bob Schwartz, and I've been in this space for 25 years in the workload automation space. I've worked with a couple thousand different companies, and I've seen about everything. I also have with me Bob Lusheen, who I think is really important. He's kind of a pioneer in the upgrade world in that he's always the first one to do the latest releases that come out. He's upgrading folks all the time. He was by far the +1 resource in the world to do R12 upgrades when that was a real hot commodity. And now he's obviously doing upgrades to the R12 plus releases and now the R24 releases. And that's what we're talking about today. So we're kind of your guest speakers for today to help you get through this, look at, hear what we have to say, show you what it looks like to do an upgrade. So again, as I mentioned, a little bit about us. We're 20+ year partner to Broadcom and CA. We've been doing this a long time. Our labels and titles related to that are Tier 1 reseller, which is effectively, there's some folks on this call that we work with you from a licensing perspective. Some of you we may not, but we can if you want us to. We're also Expert Plus Advantage partners, which is more on the services side, which effectively means if anyone needs any kind of professional services and reaches out to Broadcom, we're their first point of contact that they go for from there. And then Broadcom Nights are basically the highest level of tier that you can get as a consultant within Broadcom related to certain particular software solutions that they have. We have 25+ years of mainframe and distributed workload automation experience. And I believe we're over 200 collective years of experience. And so there's not many other organizations, if there are any other organizations that have that amount of experience that we do. We're full service expertise. And what that means is, number one, we cover the map as it relates to Broadcom's products under the workload automation umbrella. But on top of that, we do a lot more than that. We help with conversions, we help with assessments, we help with, we have managed service offerings. We even do an MSP that if licensing, you wanted to fall under an MSP, we can help and be creative on licensing related to that. We have experience with a lot of the biggest shops in the world, and there's a few that are on here that are quite large, and we've worked with almost all of them. And then we also work with some of the smallest and everything else in between. And so the last bullet on this particular slide is really about what are we here for, right? We're here to connect with you. We're here to help you in reducing your cost of ownership. And there's a lot of things that I just talked about that help you do that. We also have an ACE product, which we'll talk about later, that helps you reduce the cost of ownership by automating lifecycle management. That is a product that's been around for a while and continues to get better. So anyway, the point of this is we're here to help you. Next slide, please. So I won't speak to each and every award, but what this shows is that you can't get these awards from Broadcom if you're not doing right by their clients. And so we've done a really good job. We've worked really hard. Some of the things that we've done, some of you that are on this call, we work with you on cadences. So we go through, in fact, we just had a cadence before this, and on our website, under blog, you'll see a lot of the information that we do on cadences. And those cadences are effectively to help us connect with you so that we can show you some of the latest, greatest things that are coming out. They may come from Broadcom, they may come from Gartner, they come from all different areas. We take them and put them in a central area where you can go to, and you can get everything you need related to what industry standards are, what's new with R24, what's the roadmap look like for AutoSys, all those kind of things are out there. So my point in that is that we do a lot to help our clients that we're connected with do more with their AutoSys solution. And so the couple things at the bottom, 1,500 engagements, 775 upgrades. Now, if that doesn't provide credibility that we know what we're talking about, I don't know what does. 150 conversions, and again, 25 plus years of doing this.